Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the regular council meeting for Monday, January 27th, 2025 to order at 7:02 p.m. We respectfully acknowledge that Grand Bay-Westfield exists on the traditional Wolastoqey land. The lands of the Wabanaki people are recognized in a series of peace and friendship treaties to establish an ongoing relationship of peace, friendship, and mutual respect between equal nations. The river that runs by our town is known as Wolastoq, along which live the Wolastoqey, the people of the beautiful and bountiful river. We, the staff and elected representatives, pay respect to the elders past and present and descendants of this land. So the agenda number 3 is mayor's comments, but as you can see, the mayor sends her regrets this evening. She's unfortunately unable to attend with us tonight. But for record of attendance, we have everybody else in attendance. Thank you very much, council, for all being here. So I guess the next is item 5 is agenda approval. And the motion is that the council of the town of Grand Bay-Westfield approve the agenda of January 27th, 2025 as presented. The motion?
So moved.
Councillor Balcom, and second, I see Councillor Jones. And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Thanks, everyone. Item 6, disclosure of conflict of interest. Is there any? No, there being none. Number 7, there's also no public hearings, presentations, delegations, or petitions. So we can move to number 8, which is minutes of previous meeting. So the motion is that the council of the town of Grand Bay-Westfield adopt the minutes of the regular meeting of January 13th, 2025 as presented. I have a motion. Councilor McIntosh-Lawrence, and second. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion's carried. Thanks again. 9, unfinished business, there being none. 10, bylaws, there being none either. We'll jump right into new business and recommendations. So I'll start with 11A, and I'll just read the motion first, and then we can discuss after, just to have it on record. So A, it's a term renewal of the Aquatic Center Commission, and the motion is that the council of the town of Grand Bay-Westfield reappoint Jillian Palmer as the representative for the town of Grand Bay-Westfield on the Canada Games Aquatic Center Commission. I have a motion. Councillor Billman, second. Councillor McIntosh-Lawrence. And can you speak this for a minute, John?
Yeah, so council has the privilege to appoint members to the commissions of the regional facilities. Jillian joined the last time we had an opportunity for appointment. She's been a strong addition to the team, and she's expressed a desire to stay on for yet another term. I think it's important that there be continuity given what's happening, the upgrades for the Canada Games.
Does anybody have any questions or comments? No, there being none, all in favor?
Aye.
And any opposed? Motion is carried, so congrats and thank you again to Jillian Palmer for work on the Canada Games Aquatic Center Commission for the town. We'll move on to 11B, which is firefighting, water supply, engineering, and remediation. And the motion is that the council of the town of Grand Bay-Westfield authorize the reallocation of the capital budget funds of $25,000 to complete engineering and remediation work at the Westfield Crescent water source. Can I have a motion? Councillor Jones, and second. Councillor Murphy. And I can ask John to speak to this one as well.
Yeah, certainly. This money was originally allocated to fix the drinking water issue at fire station number 2. Turns out that we're fortunate and that issue will be cleared up at a very affordable rate in late 2024. With this money now available, the chief would like to repurpose it to fix the silt problem at Westfield Crescent once and for all. Even if a dry hydrant can be installed, because of seawater, we need some fresh water. Chief, is there anything you want to add to that?
No, that pretty much covered it. It is like you say, this is for Westfield. The primary work here is the remediation of Westfield Crescent to get it back to its full operational capacity. And then the part B of this request would be to look at the installation of a dry hydrant in the frontage point area, which would give us our first full, absolute guaranteed, unlimited year-round water source.
Any questions, comments?
Are we gonna have more areas to put in a more like well system for the town, or in down the future, any more places to put a similar to Westfield Crescent?
It is in our kind of work plans for the future, as development occurs, that fire and water supply will be considered part of that, and what options we'll have at that time. As far as we exist as a community right now though, once Westfield Crescent is operating right now, but it's operating based on the fact that we're bringing in a vacuum truck to clean up the cistern on a regular basis because it's filling up so fast. So if we can get it to stop filling up, we can stop bringing in a vacuum truck. So it is operational, and all of our existing water sources do currently meet our needs. So it's not that we're necessarily in need of additional water sources at this time, but the dry hydrant at the river is more about that guarantee of unlimited year-round, even in driest to summers. There's always still water in the river.
Any follow-up?
I was just going to clarify for the councillor, the scope of the ongoing studies that we're now doing will incorporate fire as well.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried, thank you, councillor, and thanks for the explanation. All right, so this, I'll move to 11C, so this is the big one, it's Public Works Garage Capital Borrowing, and the motion here is that the council of the town of Bay-Westfield submit to the Municipal Capital Borrowing Board an application of authorization to borrow for a capital expense for the following term and amount. And purpose is the Transportation Services Public Works Garage in the amount of $6,600,000 for a term of 20 years. I have a motion. Councillor Murphy, second. Councillor Dominguez. And John, I'd like to speak to this as well.
Sure, the Chief Finance Officer will correct me or fill in any gaps. So this project's been kicking around for more than 20 years. And when we originally came to council that something needs to be done, we used a placeholder amount of $5 million. Now, we finally, through our project manager, we went to a professional estimation contractor, and they've come up with a number. And then when you put in furnishings and fixtures and other things like that, plus contingencies, it puts it up to, and the contingencies push it up to almost 6.6 million. My primary concern, council, if tariffs are imposed, 6.6 million may be not enough. So we're asking, we just want to come to council once at 6.6, but our objective is still to try and build something around the 5.2 million if we can. We don't want to come back cap in hand at a later date because prices have increased beyond what we expected. We know there's going to be inflation, it's an estimate. We've tried to include money in case there are tariffs or something like that. There's just so much opportunities, sorry, not opportunities, but there's so much uncertainty and different balls in the air that it's very difficult to be precise about exactly how much this project is going to cost. So it's a much bigger number than the CFO and I originally anticipated. We did caution council that it was a placeholder number. We weren't sure what the real number was. We now have a real number. James, is there anything you want to add to that?
It's a big number, it's a scary number, but what also is scarier, if we look at the investment we've made in equipment for the works department, and the investment of this size is going to help extend the life of all of those assets. We can extend the life of each vehicle by a year. That's significant savings in the long run. So look at this as an investment. It's really gonna help look after our equipment. One of the key metrics council has asked us to look at and make sure we stay within the limits of is how much we're spending on debt repayments for interest and principal. So council has expressed an interest that stay below 10%, and this borrowing, this will put us at 10%. So we have financial projections out into the future. So this does not put us over the 10, it's going to keep us right at 10. And that's also that factors in future borrowings that we have in the pipeline.
Any questions or comments?
Just a question, Your Worship, probably to the CIO. What is the municipal maximum percentage that municipalities can carry as a debt load? I forget.
20%.
20. Thank you.
Councillor Day?
This is a good day. We started with our first municipal review with wanting to have a works garage, and you're right, 20 plus years ago. And it's like the fire engine. I looked and read that report and wondered what money tree we were gonna find. So 20 plus years later, and then with taking on the snow removal and moving forward to do a lot more in-house, this is a good day. So it's nice to see us moving forward.
Thank you, Councillor. Deputy Mayor, under other tasks to be assigned as needed, the CFO is looking for pots of gold.
That's only good news. Sorry, Councillor.
St. Patrick's Day is coming.
I've got a year marked on my calendar.
Good.
Any other comments or questions?
Pretty good.
Councillor?
We had this going for a long time, but even last term, we identified a place to put this birth garage, so that helps to get this job completed also. So we identified a location that we owned our own self, so it was a win-win for everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Now, this is I agree that the good news story is kind of adding on last year and the year before with snow control and moving, we're just kind of moving in the right direction and getting things going. So it's good. So I guess we can vote on the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, and motion is carried. Thank you, everyone. Thank you both. All right, so we're on to D, and this is with respect to animal control review, and the motion here is that the council of the town of Grand Bay-Westfield receive and file the animal control review. Do I have a motion? Councillor Murphy, a second. Councillor McIntosh Lawrence, and I can ask John to speak to this one as well.
This is an information item for council. We've had some incidents over the 6 to 9 months, I'm not exactly sure. And so based on that and a recent one, decided that, you know what, let's do a review. The first item we're doing is looking in the mirror and see how can we be better, and that's really what this addresses. So there's no action items or decisions for council tonight. This is just to let council know that we are looking into it and we want to improve what we're doing. We want to ensure that our residents have trust in what we're doing and how we're doing it as well. So there will be periodic updates, if not decision items for council. On the HR side, our animal control officer has indicated she wants to retire within 2 years. And I know in speaking with the deputy mayor and the mayor, I don't know if I've mentioned this to council. I think that might be an opportune time where we look at a full-time position of both animal control and by law enforcement. I had that dual position, I didn't do that, but the communities that I serve, we had that as one position, and that is definitely doable. And given some of the other items that are ongoing at the time, I think it's about time that we did something like that. But anyways, before then, we're going to be doing a review. We hope to develop templates and other things that will make the animal control officer more comfortable and the residents more comfortable as well.
Any questions or comments? No, but thanks a lot for putting this together. I appreciate the update and look forward to seeing you on this one. So I guess can I have a vote on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion is carried. Thanks, everyone. So moving on to E, which is the 2024 Strategic Year-End Report. And this is another receive and file for information. The motion is that the Council of the Town of Grand Bay-Westfield receive and file the 2024 Strategic Year-End Report. Can I have a motion? Thank Councilor Murphy, second. And Councilor Dockham. And can I ask you to talk about this one as well?
No, council receives quarterly reports. This is just the accumulation of the year end. Excuse me. And by and large, we're on track. Generally, we are on track. Where we're not, there's explanations for council. I hope to expand the report for 2025. And then, of course, I also have a report for council for the end of term. So right now, that one is about 364 pages. So it's sometimes difficult to see where you've had success because you're on to the next thing.
Any questions or comments on this one? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, the motion is carried, thank you. This is an exciting one, the next one, which is F, the incentive program low cost grant for Kelly Development. And the motion here is that the council of the town of Bay-Westfield approves a capital cost grant of $35,000 under bylaw number PD 12, respecting development incentives due at substantial completion of the project. So can I have a motion? And Councillor Murphy, and second, Councillor Bellman. All right, so can I ask you to give us an update on this one as well?
Sure, and I'll rely on the development officer to fill in any gaps or correct any errors. This is the first one that we're processing with the development program that we initiated through HAF, and that development has reached its substantive completion part. Council in the bylaw delegate authority to the CAO and by extension the development officer. We brought this one to council as a celebration point. This is what we're going, and I do hope over the next year that I'll be able to update council that we've yet given out more HAF awards. So council will be posted as they're distributed, and this is one, hopefully amongst many that we're going to be awarding.
Any questions or comments?
Just a comment, Your Worship. This is great news. Congratulations to the proponent of this applicant, and I should say recipient for this award. And we hope that there are many, many more. Some developments that are currently taking place, we hope they meet the conditions for HAF, and other ones that may be in the works. We hope that they will take advantage of this. We need to get the word out on all of these success stories. So well done, everybody, especially staff.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? And I appreciate you bringing this forward to us as a motion, being the first one, even though we didn't have to, so I think this is a good addition. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion is carried. Thank you, everybody, and congratulations, staff, on this one. This was great. So that's the end of the new business recommendations. Moving right along, we'll get to item 12, bills for payment. And the motion is that the council of the town of Bay-Westfield authorize the January 27th, 2025 bills for payment as presented in the amount of $681,383.41. Is there a motion? Councillor McIntosh Lawrence, and second? Councillor Bellman? All right, so anybody have any questions or comments on this one? Quiet night for bills. So all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion is carried. Thanks, everybody. And item 13 is consent agenda. So I'll read through and then I'll read the motion. So A, letter, urban US admin tariffs. B, animal control report November 2024. C, animal control report December 2024. D, state of the economy presentation in Vision St. John. E, SNB assessment agency overview, and consent agenda. The motion is that the council of the town of Bay-Westfield receive and file the consent agenda items for January 27th, 2025. Have a motion? Councillor Jones, and second, Councillor Brock. All in favor? Any opposed? And then we move on to council reports. So, is there a preference which order I go? I'll start out with Councillor Brock.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor, Your Worship. On January the 15th, I attended a Harbour Station board meeting. And earlier that day, I had the absolute privilege, along with our fire chief, Troy Guthrow, to attend a ceremony held here in Bay-Westfield at Brundage Point, where 26 extremely worthy constituents of southwestern New Brunswick received the King Charles III Coronation Medal for outstanding service to the community, their province, or the country. And I'm very proud to say that 2 of those recipients at this particular ceremony were residents of Grand Bay-Westfield, Mr. Corey Ryan and Deputy Chief Doug McLean. It was an honor to have been there, and it was just tremendous. And what made the particular ceremony even better was, unbeknownst to me, Her Honor, the Lieutenant Governor, presented the awards, and at the very beginning of the ceremony, she talked at quite length about her time in Grand Bay-Westfield, and this was probably one of her very last official duties before the new Lieutenant Governor was sworn in last week. So it was absolutely a great day. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
I'd like to thank Doug McLean and Deputy and Corey Ryan under that's a great accomplishment for those guys in our town. So, and I played pickleball 2 weeks in a row now. It's pretty sore, but it's a fun thing to play in Grand Bay and Westfield. It's a whole new thing for me and my wife, so it's different, which we'll try it again tomorrow night, I hope, and do it again. So other than that, and I surrendered some wood for Family Day. That's pretty soon for Family Days. We're in that and our bonfire. So.
Is there a big crowd at pickleball?
The first night was just seedy, but it was good though. We sat out for a little while. Then the second night was not a whole lot of sitting out, but we get tired up pretty fast. We're getting older, right? So an older crowd. But it's fun though. It's good for our age group. Okay. Thank you.
That's so he can hit the ball because they're older. February the 6th, at the Brundage Point River Center, we're going to have a Fiber Fest meeting from 6 to 8. So it's open to anyone in the community who would like to work with their fiber and get out and be with like-minded people. If you want to knit, rug hook, wool applique, quilt, crochet, all of the fiber arts come out, and we're going to talk about how often we want to get together and how long. So it's 6 to 8 on February the 6th at Brundage Point. And I had seen this advertised for the library in Hampton, and I thought, well, if they can do it in Hampton, we can do it here. So it'd be a good chance for people to get out. And if you've got a young person who got a kit for Christmas and they want some help, I'm sure there's going to be people there that can help. So come on out, bring your tea after supper and come.
Thank you, Councilor.
Thank you. It's been a pretty quiet couple of weeks. The only thing I have is January 14th, we had our monthly rec hub meeting, and so the things there are going along nicely and as planned. And I would just like to congratulate Corey and Doug on their award. And also, I would like to give kudos to the Works Department for the snowstorm on January 20th. I thought the roads were really well done. I came down my hill like about 10 o'clock, and my road wasn't great, but Valley View was good, Woolstick was good, River Valley Drive was good, so good job. There was a lot of snow.
Thank you. So, to start, I guess I've had a lot of conversations with residents in Ward 2, specifically around the NB power bills. So there's a lot of upset people regarding what they feel is maybe a glitch in these new smart meters. It seems to be the majority of the people who are complaining have the new meters. I do not have mine yet, but I'll be interested to see what happens once I do. So also, there's lots happening up the rink. This Saturday we're hosting a skating dance party on Saturday night from 7 to 9. So we're gonna have some music and some glow-in-the-dark things for the kids. And then on the February the 9th, the Sea Dogs will be there.
You haven't said the Four Corners yet. You just said
Oh, at
the
Four
break.
Corners, sorry, yes.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank
Before
you.
you
I have it written down, the Four Corners ring. so we were up there last night flooding it and getting it ready, so we'll clear the snow again over the week and have it all ready for Saturday night at Four Corners, and then the February 9th, the Sea Dogs will be at Four Corners, so come on out and enjoy winter. That's it for me.
And I don't have too much on my end. I had the in-school forum committee meeting earlier this week, last week I guess it was, which was informative, but I guess the other thing I just wanted to mention, which was covered partially here, is that all of the stuff going on, even though it's cold out and it's seems kind of dreary, there's so much going on. The rink, like just there are the skate programs at Four Corners, and also all of the kids' sporting events. There's tons of high school sports going on. There's tons of River Valley Basketball Association. There's tons of the Lancaster hockey plays, the women's hockey plays at the rink. There's always something going on. So just take a look at the website and see what's going on around town. Take a look at the high school and the sporting events and get out there because it's a lot of fun. And this weekend there were so many kids out playing in the snow everywhere, and it was great to see. So it's nice to encourage everybody to get out. And also I did want to mention the snow. So thank you, Councilor McIntosh. I didn't hear anything but good things from people. So people who usually call me about the not good side of it were calling me about how really impressed they were. And also people were commenting that when they left Grand Bay, they noticed a difference, that the roads here were much clearer. So that was really, really appreciated because that was a tough storm. So anyway, thanks everybody. I appreciate all the reports. Anyway, so number 15 is business arising from committee of the whole, and there being none. The last item is adjournment. So the motion is that the council of the town of Grand Bay-Westfield adjourn the meeting at 7:28 p.m. And do I have a motion? Councilor Burpee, second? All right, Councilor Bellmans. And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks everybody, and thank you for the quick and efficient meeting.